Okay, it's midsummer and I want to do a quick video about what's going on in my backyard, food forest, polyculture area. To start off, the overstory, we have a pecan tree, and it's fairly old. I'm not sure how to age pecan trees, but I would think it's 60, 70 years old. And then right next to it, there's a tree covered in ivy, but next to that tree you can kind of see it. And it hangs over into my neighbor's yard. There's a mulberry tree, which is quite large as well. So I'm thinking this used to be farmland, and maybe the farmers were smart and planted some food crops for their animals, but now they just produce food for me and the neighbors. So we have the driveway of the neighbor's house right here, and I've actually made a little strip of dirt that channels water from the blacktop area right into swale, which is grown over. You can't quite see it, but you can kind of see it curve throughout my backyard area, and it goes down about a foot. And then on the berm, I've planted quite a lot of plants. There's a blueberry right here. I've got actually 7 different varieties of blueberries planted throughout this swale. In between the blueberries, I have plum trees. This is a Ozark Premier variety of plum tree, and you'll see some more later actually. Just kind of randomly thrown around into the berm, I have some legumes, peas, squashes. There's some not native, but shiso just kind of popping up, like volunteer perilla mint, it's also called. Some squashes that are hopefully, I'm kind of like keeping them alive so that they can shade out some of the grasses that are trying to take over. Here's a mulberry seedling coming from that mulberry tree back there. Tomatoes, volunteer tomatoes, another blueberry. Let's see what else we have. Sunflower. A lot of these are just planted by the birds, but I keep them. I don't want to weed those out. More tomatoes, blueberries. I think this is a type of bean that I got down in Florida. I think it was called a Puerto Rican bean, and I think they said it grows really, really fast, and it is. It's growing quite a lot each day. Here's another variety of plum. This one's called Shiro, and it's a good pollinator for the Ozark Premier. Looks like it's struggling a little bit, getting some bug damage or something. I'm not exactly sure what's eating it. Maybe some type of beetle, I'm not sure. If anyone knows, you can put in the comments below. Below each fruit tree, I didn't show you back there, I've got comfrey, where I just chopped them down today. And so the comfrey just breaks down into really good soil around each fruit tree. I've got 2 plants. I don't know if it's still alive. Let's see. I had some Phacelia planted as a nectary, but it looks like it didn't make it. It went to bloom really quick, and I guess it died. I heard that the Phacelia tennessetifolia is a really good nectary and hangs around all season long and provides nectar for pollinators. But mine looks like I planted like 3 or 4, but they all didn't make it, so I'm not really sure what's going on with those. More blueberry. This one's healthy. I got some bee balm. What else is in here? Strawberry, which I'm hoping will become a more dominant ground cover than the violets that are currently in there right now, which aren't as useful for me. More squash, just kind of hopefully shading out all the weeds below them. Blueberry, more comfrey. Got to cut that down. Another Ozark Premier. And so all these plants really work together to kind of share and partition resources. They capture water rolling off the slope here, and the swale helps feed the groundwater and feed the trees, and all of this provides some habitat for salamanders and insects and other beneficial organisms that I want in my yard. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. More perilla mint, tomatoes, kind of popping up. This is really healthy, really good soil back here. I didn't really put too much compost down, but it's just really alive. So it's fun to see. And this is more of like a wild area back here, where I've planted kind of some more wild plants like black raspberry. See what else we got. There's that mulberry tree I was telling you about, doing pretty well. I'm gonna try to prune some of this back. I think that might be a walnut, because it's starting to get a little overgrown back here, and I'd like to be able to harvest more of the mulberries. So I think I'm gonna prune that this year. See what else is cool. Got a pathway. This is all my wild area. Not a lot of useful plants there. I do, at least for me. I think there's some black nightshade berry, which has edible greens and edible ripe fruit. Don't want to eat that unripe. You can kind of see that down there. I don't know if you can see the berries, but that's where those are. Planted some just random things back here in the shade. Believe it or not, I think that's a sunchoke back there that's actually still alive. That's why I planted it the first year I was here. I tried to plant sunchokes in the shade of these trees, and they're actually doing all right. So if you have nowhere else to plant sunchokes, you should still be able to plant them in the shade. More black raspberry back here, just doing its thing. I didn't get any black raspberries this year, and this is the second year, so I'm not really sure if they don't like to bear fruit or I just missed them. Probably the birds got them. My composting area back there. You can see my compost pile going. It's kind of a cool little spot on the cement. It used to be like a shed or something, but now I use it for composting. There's my giant pecan tree up there. Probably get some in a couple months. The squirrels don't get them all. Let's see. This is all overgrown, but created this bed underneath the pecan tree for ramps. So I got some good ramps this spring. So I'll probably pull back a lot of the honeysuckle and other weeds, the ragweed, and hopefully prepare that for next spring so it can get as much sunlight as possible. Got some nettles right here. Really one of my favorite greens. And if you harvest it pretty heavily, like I have been, it doesn't seem to go to flower or grow very tall. So you don't want to harvest nettles when it grows past maybe like your knee height or after it starts to go to flower, because there's more oxalic acid or other anti-nutrients in the leaves. So harvest it heartily and eat it, because it's a really good green. Another mulberry seedling, or I don't know what you call it now. Now it's a decent sized tree. It's like 4 or 5 feet tall. I think that's about it for my little food forest polyculture area. A giant hackberry over there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.